Welcome to This is Kimberly A. Bryant. I'm Kimberly, co-host of the Pop Culture Green Room with my twin sister. But this is my solo space to dive deeper. I'm bringing you lifestyle, pop culture, hot topics, reality TV, and fashion, with a little flavor on the side. From hitting local hotspots to cooking with your favorite celebs, we're keeping it fresh, fun, and always on trend. Let's go. Hey, what is up, all y'all good people? This is Kimberly A. Bryant, of course, with the Pop Culture Green Room, or of the Pop Culture Green Room, because we're not there right now. We are here in my space, and I've got my girl with us, none other than Danielle Peterson, aka DaniGossipGirl of Pop Culture Exposè. What is going on, my girl?
Hey, girl, happy to be back, especially after an explosive week. How things change from week to week is wild, but happy to be breaking it down. Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, welcome back, Islanders and Pop Culture Sleuths. We are happy to be live, and we got the graft, we got the gossip, and the gaslighting receipts to unpack. That is for sure. So I'm excited tonight, Kimberly, to be breaking down the week 3 of what has happened on Love Island USA, and a little bit of Casa Amor level bombshells that we got to break down too.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. I'm here for it. But of course, like you said, there's more excitement going on and things that I didn't expect that would happen that did. And like you said, we're going to get into that. And not only that, but we've got coming, she's going to join us a little bit later in the show. We've got ConnectionQueenX. Emma's going to join us. That's going to be so much fun. We're going to get her take. She's going to drop us some antics. And y'all, she has been having the content as well that's been hysterical, cracking us up. And she's going to give us her antics. So, all right, let's get into it.
But yeah, no, excited for her to join. She has been so fired up about this topic, and she is definitely the queen of what's going on, giving the reads, breaking it down better than, Ariana Madix walks in slow motion. So looking forward to her joining, But before we get started, though, Kimberly, it's that time to grab a drink, text your group chat, and settle in. It's time to get a little muggy, messy, and mentally unstable in the villa, just like your fave. So grab your wine, your water, your mocktail, whatever is your weapon of choice, because we're going to get a little messy and dramatic, and there is a little bit of a drinking game that we have going on. So let me just break it down real quick. Sip every time someone says they're open to explore, and suddenly the villa turns into a love buffet. Or a bombshell makes at least 2 boys rethink their entire relationship. The word toxic gets thrown around. If Hood is on screen, you'll be drunk by scene 2. Someone kisses in Soul Tie, that is a bonus sip. Or Sierra says vibes, or Nick stares off as a lost puppy. Take 2 sips, though, if a new bombshell flirts with somebody who literally just recoupled. And if Islanders act like Casa Amor isn't creeping around the corner. And then lastly, chug your drink anytime a kiss makes the villa gasp. Looking at Jeremiah and Iris for that one. Or Huda says she's done with Jeremiah, but then pulls him for a chat. So let's get into it, Kimberly.
All right, I'm ready for it. I don't know what you're drinking tonight, but I've got this. I'm drinking a High Rise. We're not sponsored or anything, but it's a CBD drink. It's a CBD seltzer, and it's one of the best I've ever had. It's pretty cool. Oh my God, I'm so old, girl. I can't see. I need my glasses.
Yeah, I normally need my glasses on too, but I won't be wearing those today. But yeah, my cocktail of choice is a little bit of Coca-Cola. No actual drinking tonight. I had a little bit too much fun at trivia last night with my friends, and I love they had a Love Island question. And the trivia, the trivia question was, what channel was Peacock's Love Island originally on? And that was CBS. That's where it first got their start. So I need a little bit of a break from drinking today, but everybody please get your drink on for Kimberly and I. But let's get into it. I think we start with episode 15 this week, correct, Kimberly?
Yes.
And the overall theme, I want to say, of episode 15 is revenge kisses and reset energy. So Huda does spiral a little bit more, but flirts with the new bombshell, TJ. Speaking of which, what are your thoughts on the new bombshell, TJ?
I like him. I like him because he doesn't, I mean, he's not like supermodel, like gorgeous, but I think he's gorgeous, but his personality though. So, I mean, I like him. He seems kind of like one of those all-American boys. What do you think?
Yeah, he seems like one of those all-American boys. I think he's definitely cuter on his Instagram. It just sucks when you find out stuff about them on social media that kills it all. Like, he follows a lot of crazy accounts that aren't very like pro women and like women need to be subservient and like I think he follows Alex Jones and other people. He follows what were those the Tate brothers that James Kennedy
Is he really?
like
Anthony Tate
got called out for. Yeah, so he follows them. So I don't know, a little bit questionable. So that could be while
I didn't know about that. I did not know.
So that might be part of the reason for Ariana's comments in a later episode when she kind of calls him out. But Huda does try to put herself out there. It seems genuine, in my opinion, that she's trying to put herself out there. So progress, right? Nick and Sierra start to fracture just a tiny bit. Their communication isn't where it needs to be. Austin and Maya's connection continues to grow stronger, even as Shelley lingers a little bit in the love triangle that she has been in. And then Jeremiah tries to move in on Iris, but Huda is still unhappy. She's doing a little bit of name calling. How are you thinking about that whole breakdown between Jeremiah and Huda and overall how all parties have handled it?
I think it's wild. It's just it's because I mean she's clearly unhinged, and it seems like Jeremiah is trying to help. Oh my God! It seems like Jeremiah is trying to help out the situation and trying to like settle it for the best, like to the best of his ability. But like, I mean, like nothing's really. I mean, it's not good. So we've got look, Savi's World said Austin talking shit about Amaya was crazy.
Do not get me started. Nobody messes with Amaya Papaya. Oh, hell to the no. No.
Oh no, she's
we
so
will
sweet.
Definitely get into that. That son of a But Pepe and Hannah continue to vibe effortlessly. It's like Charlie Who. And speaking of which, Hannah is the most dramatic person. Like, was she in high school drama or something?
She may have been, but that really caught me off guard because I really didn't expect her to bring as much drama to the table as she would. I thought she was going to be a little bit more laid back, but then again, who knows? Like, I've never been in her position, and
true,
young and a new situation. So I don't know. I'm curious to see like how things go a little bit further.
Yeah. And I think with her dramatics a little bit, she was giving me like the Kaylor vibes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Alondria and Taylor to become the villa's calm couple. How are you feeling about Alondria and Taylor? Do you think it's friendship vibes? Is it really something more? What do you think, Kimberly?
don't really think there's anything more because it's like it seems like it's not moving, it's not progressing as fast as everything else and everyone else. So it's like I think it's more of a friendship vibe, but that's okay. It's like I think that's fine. But I also feel like they're all so they're both trying to see like what else is out there, but they're also kind of clinging on to each other because that's all they really have security with. What do you think?
I think they both deserve more. I think on
Mm-hmm.
paper, Taylor is definitely who Alondria wants. And because of that, I think she's going to do what she needs to do to try to make it work. Because on paper, he looks like the right guy. But she deserves way, way more. And I think he's just playing it for a game and because it's comfortable. Not because he really cares for her in that manner. Although I'm sure he's developing feelings for her as a friend. And you don't want to hurt her in that way. But I just don't see it there.
Right. Yeah, and I get that. See, that's actually how I was trying to say it. You said it properly. That's the way I was trying to regurgitate it.
And definitely all in the chat, please let us know how you feel about that.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Isabel. She said, not loving the Austin stuff, but maybe he's just getting used to it. See, he did say, that's what he was saying. He said that he did tell Maya that he thinks that it may be just him adjusting, but I don't know. Like, it could be because I'm not him, but it checks. But at the same time, it's like he was saying one thing to the guys, and
I don't know. I mean, I think he was really into her, but Sweet Amaya Papaya is affectionate. She's like putting herself out there. She just can't help but to just like, and I was so her then where it's just like I'm diving in head first, and he was giving the vibe back, and they were seeming like one of the strongest couples there. So she's just gonna continue building off of those vibes, and then I think he was just getting like, oh, this is too fast, too soon. There's still more to come in this game, so to say.
Right. Oh yeah, no, for sure.
But I would say not a whole lot happened in episode 15. So then that brings us to episode 16, where the theme is games, tears, and some big shifts that take place. And there is the pie or kiss challenge. Austin kisses Amaya, which hurts Shelly a little bit. Hannah and TJ kiss a bit. Pepe takes it in stride. Huda pies Jeremiah. Actually, no, I think it was the milk challenge. I think it was.
Was this the milk challenge? I'm not gonna lie, it was starting to get a little nasty for me some parts. I had to like get through it. I was like, man. I was like, I'm like, I don't drink anymore. I was like, I don't have enough CBD in my system to like have a buzz up. I had to like skip it. I'm like,
it's nasty. And then like when they're spinning it into each other's mouth, it looks like something else totally inappropriate too, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I know a lot of people who are not familiar with the show. They're like, ew, stop it with these gross games. Stop it with all this tongue swapping and stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the blueprint of Love Island. It doesn't matter if it's US, UK, Australia, Spain. There is a lot of Love Island franchises, and this is just a part of the blueprint. I don't think that there will be... Yeah, and there shouldn't be another nasty eating game. There's typically only one a season, so take a shower, clean yourself off. We'll be good to go moving forward. But in this episode, though, Maya opens up about feeling a little bit used by Austin. Huda tries to take back her own power and her own arc, but it's not necessarily landing. with the whole group. And then the house dynamics really start to shift, especially with the OGs, the new bombshells, and the guys. That is really where the fracture is at. It's like Jeremiah against everyone else. And it's not because, and mind you all, I do not think Jeremiah is innocent in this situation. I personally feel like Huda has gotten a lot more hate than what she should have gotten. Not that she's innocent. They both have done their own parts. They both should have handled it differently. But that's no reason for the guys to be acting that way towards him and them being petty little jealous bitches, in my opinion. But what are you thinking about that divide, Kimberly, between the guys and Jeremiah?
Okay, so of course we could see where the ringleader is, which I believe the Ace obviously is of like dividing the guys up and separating Jeremiah. And to me, it's like I feel like it's a jealousy thing. I think they're jealous of him, and they know that it's they saw him as competition. So I mean, in a game, and that's what you got to do when you play a game. So it's yeah, it may suck for us because I love Jeremiah. He's my favorite, so it sucks for me. But however, it's like, this is a game. We're enjoying it. Of course, I don't like seeing Ace in this light, but I love Ace though. He's a good person, but I like seeing him play the game. I'm being entertained. They're keeping me entertained.
Yes, he's definitely entertaining. Whether I like him or not, ebbs and flows. Week 1, I started liking him. But then week 2, it was like, oh, no, not so much. By the start of week 3, he was like the voice of reason. And by the end of week 3, it's like, Ace, stop it. You're doing too much. Are you part of production? Like, what are you trying to do?
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I feel bad for Jeremiah. He seems so shocked by what had been going down.
For sure. And it's like, and understandably so. I was like, what in the world? And I didn't expect that. It just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair, but it's like, I don't know. It's like, I didn't expect it. But then again, it's like when you think about messy guys and like what they do and how they are, and it made sense to me,
Yeah. And what did you think about Jeremiah and Iris and America putting them together? Did you think that they were a good fit?
I mean, I thought they were a decent fit. I think, honestly, I thought it was a lot better for me. It kept my anxiety and my blood pressure down, like seeing him paired up with her compared to like the I don't want to say like abuse, but what he was going through with Huda, and then the back and forth. It's just the toxicity. There we go. That's a great word. The toxicity. So to me, it was like it was a breath of fresh air, to be honest.
So that was not the part of Love Island that you were watching while you were cutting your hair, Kimberly. That's not the anxiety-ridden portion of Love Island you were watching while you were taking care of your hair.
I was watching the blindfold part with the headsets. This is, I think it was episode 18. When they're, oh my goodness. So when Ariana, whenever she was wearing the sequiny.
Yeah, that looks like a mermaid, kind of.
Yeah.
It gives the mermaid vibes. Yes. Oh, that's the part. And in case anybody doesn't know, Kimberly unfortunately had an accident with scissors today while she was trimming her hair and watching Love Island. So caution to all. I don't know why Love Island didn't put a warning label at the start of the episode. Do not cut your hair and watch Love Island at the same time.
Girl, who does that shit? I was like so focused because I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm here like looking, I'm trying to feel out the conversations and then what's going on. I'm like, okay, putting everything together. And then I'm like all wrapped up in it. And the next thing I know, it's like I'm not paying attention. I've got a mirror in front of me. Okay. And I know, number one, I normally don't even cut my hair dry ever. And then I don't know why I thought it was a genius idea. And number two, I just wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to Love Island, and the next thing I know, it's like I'm like cutting away, and I cut and I snip, and I'm like, oh fuck. And it was, yeah, it's bad. So needless to say, I was gonna try my little hot girl summer without hair extensions and just go all natural. But yes, I chopped off my bangs. I had to try to blend in my extensions. So yeah. So
well, you look beautiful.
Oh boy. Oh, thank you so much. Let's see here.
Oh, yes, babe. Yes, we haven't gotten there, but I definitely think that they are coming back. And hopefully Em will be a part of that conversation as well once we get into that.
Oh, I
too,
know.
but
I know.
they are some of my favorite. I wouldn't say I necessarily was getting upset about Nick, although he is one of my favorite guys, and I feel like him and Sierra have one of the best relationships out of them all. I more so felt sad for Alondria, who was so stone cold and then let herself get emotional at the end. But we'll get into that in just a bit. I very much promise. In the meantime, grab your Kleenex. If you need one, I have one for you. I will gladly share.
Oh,
you know,
prepared for everybody, every emotion.
Meanwhile, as we close out episode 16, Huda is trying to move on, but she still has a lot of growth to do, and she is taking in all of the feedback that the her fellow Love Islanders are giving her, especially comments that came out in the challenge from before. So she's feeling a little hurt about that because she is trying to move on. But in the latest challenge, she got called out a lot for causing drama and other aspects like that. And speaking of which, Kimberly, did you hear the news today? There was a lot. I wasn't able to dive deep into this article, but I saw it a lot on my social media feed today that Huda was almost sent home because of her emotional well-being.
Oh, really?
When everything went down with her and Jeremiah and the fallout from that as well. And she's in the house.
Hello, Danny.
Yay. Thank you for joining us.
I'm so excited. I don't have a mic plugged in. Are you guys able to hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly fine.
You. Oh, yeah.
Happy hump day.
Yes, happy hump day. Happy break from Love Island day. So again, thank you all for joining us. We have none other than the ConnectionQueenX, also known as Would you like to take a moment just to explain a little bit about yourself and how everyone can find you too?
Sure. Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. I love talking all things Love Island.
Yeah, of course.
So it's really exciting. I go by Connection Queen or M, either is great. And you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, ConnectionQueenX. That's my name because I really like to connect with people. And I actually met these two beautiful women by connecting with them. So, and I just think that, social media is great for that. And we're all in different places right now, and we get to be together and chat about Love Island. So yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, Chicago.
So excited.
Chicago, the New Orleans area, LA area. She's also a very talented singer as well. So just want to put that out there too. I wish you were doing more with that. I love your singing.
That's so funny that you say that. That's so funny that you say that. Maybe there will be more music coming. Maybe.
Yay!
Maybe I've been inspired by this season of Love Island.
Oh, that's awesome. Can't wait. You heard it here first, but follow her to stay on top of it, okay? What we've done so far is we have broken down what has gone down up until episode 16.
Okay.
So we are on episode 15 where there's the carryover from the competition game where some of the Islanders called out Huda for her behavior. She's reeling from it a little, but she's especially hurt by Shelly and Ace's comments, who she thought was some of her biggest ride and die. So speaking of which, I know you have a lot of thoughts on Huda. What are your overall thoughts from week 1 through week 3 on Huda and the Jeremiah situation? Because I know you're very passionate about that.
Sure, absolutely, yes. So I just want to first off say, if I ever share an opinion, that doesn't mean I hate the person. And I think that there's like a line that's being blurred somehow between me sharing my opinion about people and all of a sudden people assimilating that with hate. So I just want to like clear that up very much, so that I'm making comments about behaviors. That doesn't mean I hate the person. And I think that like is a really important message, especially because as of lately, I don't know about you guys, but I've never seen a cyberbullying message nor an Instagram account of a show post about how to be online, if that makes sense, how to act appropriately.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, especially with comedy as well, there are different lines in comedy, right? So like, I think, you know, I made that one video, Huda's crash out with the Mean Girl scene. That was really satirical. I'm hoping that Huda sees that and laughs. I'm hoping that she finds humor in that, as we've all had a crash out. That's where I'm from when making that. So, you know, when I'm watching, I always say, we're seeing a snapshot. We have to remember that. We are seeing a snapshot of these people. We're not privy to every conversation they're having. We don't know them. I think that right now, Huda is extremely immature with the way that she communicates her feelings, her thoughts, her emotions. I do think that we're seeing an incline in her self-awareness, which is needed. Meaning, I do think she's becoming a little bit more aware of how she's behaving and then how that's affecting other people. And I think that that's just like really important across the board. And there is like a cutoff. I feel like anybody who's like right now, like 20 and up, we're all kind of, we didn't have that in school, that emotional regulation. We weren't taught that. A lot of us were taught that when we were like 20 years old and up.
Or never.
Or never.
Yeah.
Literally. So I think that that's like something else to take into consideration. But the way that she spoke to Jeremiah, I do think that if Jeremiah spoke to her that way, he would have been ripped from the island. Just imagine the brevity of that situation, right? So it's like, why did we allow for Huda to talk like that to Jeremiah and stay? I'm pretty sure the fans, the viewers would have had a lot to say if the roles were reversed. And I think production would have done something about it. As they're literally producing the show, I feel, the season based on the viewers. They're not producing the show based on the Islanders. They're doing it based on what we're saying, what they're seeing online, what the fans are saying. So it's just that's something I've thought is, what if the roles were reversed? How would they have handled that? Because I don't think the internet would have taken kindly to that.
Yeah, I would say that that's a good point. And I also want to give kudos to Love Island for handling their show far differently than pretty much every show does, with the trigger warnings, support if needed, or like you said, putting out on social media or at the start of their episode how to treat people with kindness, because they are people. You can dissect a show, you can call out behaviors, but at the end of the day, they are people. So I respect them for that, and also listening to the viewers. Hello, Alex Baskin. How about you take some notes? Sorry, not sorry, you know?
No, literally, sorry, not sorry. 1,000%. Let's talk about that for a second, because I do appreciate that they are putting something out there to put people in check. Because, I mean, I just posted a video today about it, and I said, like, again, it's a satirical video. There's some jokingness in it. It's like the call is coming from inside the house. And I'm like, also, though, casting, like, the call is coming from inside the villa. You guys did cast really interesting people, and I'm wondering why. If you did your job and you did it thoroughly, then I just want an answer of why did you cast that person then, if not to uproar us.
Right. I don't think they could have understood how Huda would react in this situation, but the questionable people like TJ, is it TJ? Yes, TJ.
TJ, Austin, you know, some people do have or have taken
the girl
with Alon. So
the girl that got kicked off at the beginning, I'm already forgetting her name. Yes.
Wait.
This is what I'm seeing though. You see the trend here? So it's like, it's not just one. If it's one, we can like let it go. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're pretty like not severe, but they're pretty big issues right now because of the political climate. So I do think that, you know, it's like, hey, we want to watch reality TV. We want it to be fun, but we also don't want to be watching and supporting certain people that support things against our beliefs. It is now playing a role in television, you know?
Right.
Yeah, it's very true.
I snapped at you and you called out Alex Baskin because I definitely am at a point where, like, I obviously love my Bravo shows, but I am expecting them to do better at talking to the fan base.
Yeah, but I don't know if we'll get to that point. It'll be interesting to see what happens to the Valley. That will be eye-opening.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think it's going to come down to the Valley and what they do with Jax, how they handle him for sure. That situation.
Yeah, it's messy. It is messy.
It is.
So we're seeing a different type of mess on Love Island, but like that's a whole other type of mess.
Oh, I know.
But I mean,
that's a dark mess. A very dark mess. Going back. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, in regards to Huda, though, like when I'm doing the live streams, I'm telling people snapshot of her. They're under duress. Okay. Let's take in mind, let's rip us out of our normal routine, our normal environment, stick us with strangers in a hot place, eating food we don't normally eat, doing challenges that are really questionable at sometimes. Really, you have to be super vulnerable. Most people are not comfy with being vulnerable. Most people will crash out. So it's like,
and you might be sleep deprived. You don't know what time it is either.
Add it to the list. So it's like, I just keep reminding everyone when we're watching together, let's remember that too. Because I'm pretty sure if I got ripped out of my normal, I'm not like, everyone's not going to know me. They're going to know a different version of me because I'm not even going to know that person because I haven't had enough time to be in that way, you know? So I just think that's a really important part when we're like dissecting and giving opinions and things like that, which is always, I have an opinion. It's not the best, better, or correct opinion. I just have one. So I'm very open to like opinions. I'm not open to like hate though. There's people, family members, friends of the Islanders themselves saying really like damaging things. No, I don't tolerate that. That's absolutely like unacceptable. I don't know where people are getting that from, that it's like, okay, I could never imagine messaging somebody hateful things. But it might be because of our age, but I would think that like we were like, I mean, I think we're all around the same ages. Like we were the ones who were like thrown into social media. And then like, that's when like cyberbullying really started. If that, we're aware of it. And also let's keep in mind, there are Islanders who have taken their lives that we need to like really remember that, you know?
No, you're exactly right. One thing I have to say that I do really appreciate is that before you go live, well, actually, once you're live, you always make it a point to break down that these people are human, you know, that they've got feelings. Like you always, you know, tell people how to come in like with respect. And I love that you do that because not a lot of content creators do that.
I think that's a responsibility we have as content creators. And I do take that pretty seriously, especially like not reporting on fake stuff or saying, hey, this is a rumor. I'm reporting on this as a rumor and not as fact, and letting people know like where you stand. You know, in my regular profession, I'm a speech pathologist and I took like an oath for that, you know, and like I take ethics and morals really seriously. And I think that we have like a responsibility and even like an ethical responsibility. It's just not right, you know? So thank you for saying that. I'm glad that it's appreciated. For sure.
Oh, of course. You're welcome. No, that's the one thing that really stood out. That, of course, that's actually what really drew me to you, and your energy and everything. So, but y'all, like I said, we've got some great people here. We've got DaniGossipGirl, ConnectionQueenX. What?
I know, I'm so excited. I was like, I get to chat with both of them 2 for 1.
Yay! Yay! I wish it was Friday. I want you know, this would be a nice way to go into the weekend, but
I know,
we're here. It's Wednesday. That's okay.
It'll get us.
Real quick though, going back to Huda and Jeremiah, do you feel like there's anything that Jeremiah could have done differently?
Oh, and yeah, let's get into that really, really quick. Okay, so here's the thing. He's not innocent. I don't know where in the world people got that, like, she's just the only crazy one. It takes two to tango. And I absolutely believe that he was maybe feeding into her antics. So for instance, right? Like, all right, we're going to go to the end, right? It's just me and you, right? Yeah. It's just us. It's just me and you, baby. Stuff like that. If they're being vulnerable, I'm believing you. And then I'm acting. When then you're going back to your guys and telling your guys something different.
Right.
Or telling another Islander something different. So I do think that he did have a role to play. Now, do I think that he is able to emotionally regulate himself better? Yeah, I do. I do think he is able to do that. We didn't really see him come out of pocket or become too emotionally overcharged, right?
Yeah, very true.
That doesn't mean that he wasn't playing games with her, though. So that's what that would be my piece on that.
Agreed.
I was going to say, like, where are you guys standing? Do you think that he played with her, or do you think that, no, he kept it real and she just was maybe too passionate too quickly?
I think it was both. She was too passionate quickly, but I think she was also feeding off of him. And he was doing weird things like, why are you spraying your cologne on her pillowcase? There's just little weird things. And it's
like
very eye-opening that men would be calling out other men for love bombing. You never hear of that. Mind you, now I do think the guys, with how Jeremiah departed, I do think that at that point, it was a little bit of jealousy at that point.
Same.
Before that, I do think that they really thought he was love bombing Huda.
I agree with that.
He left because of jealousy.
Did you guys see the looks that they were giving him?
Yes.
Like, that reeks of jealousy. Like, that's like you have a face on. You're jealous.
Yeah, especially when he was with Andrina, if I'm saying her name correctly. Yeah, they were so jealous, Nick and Ace. And it's like, don't you have enough? Like, I think that they know that he will be their biggest competition.
Right. He's their biggest threat. So that it's like, get rid of the threat.
Yeah, but like they're all coupled up. I didn't get that.
I know. I know.
Coupled up.
But that's how those guys.
You want your competition out.
And like it did low-key kind of upset me because I was like, they're actually cute together. I liked Andrina and Jeremiah. I was like, I could see them being together in real life, truly.
Agreed. And they would have the most gorgeous babies.
Yes, they would.
The most gorgeous babies. But their chemistry was through the chart.
Appreciate Andrina's like beauty because she is so beautiful. Like she is just gorgeous. Her and Alondria are like Alondria's my favorite. She's just overall.
She is gorgeous. She just looks like a doll. Yeah. Like
I was gonna say,
such a composed queen.
Not even because of her looks. Like her looks are stunning, but like her, that's a woman who has put work into herself. She shows up intentionally. She's meaningful about the words that she uses, and she's thoughtful. She is a whole package. She's a queen. I don't know if we have any kings there for her. I don't. I'm not seeing any kings.
And that's you're right. And that's why I'm not worried about her. Like after this show, I can't wait to see what happens after the show. I wish we could see like her dating life afterwards, like who she ends up with. Like that's what I want to see.
Okay, so same. I want like a show just for her. Honestly, also she would make a great bachelorette.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh girl, I like where your head is.
That's a good.
But also,
that's
like
a good
I really
one.
do want her to find someone like who's actually like worthy of her because she really is. You could just tell she's cut from a different cloth for sure.
Definitely.
So speaking of which, how do you feel about her and Taylor?
Okay, so I have said it from the jump. I just get friend vibes. I do not think that he likes her. I think she likes him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's into her in that way. I think that that's just his safe choice. And he keeps
that's what I was thinking.
Sticking with her because of that. The way that he's looking at Clark is her name.
Yes. Clark with the E at the end.
Yep.
Oh yeah, totally different.
The way he looks at her, that's a I like you look. He hasn't
night and day.
I haven't seen him look at Alondria like that, but I think that they have a cute relationship. I think that they're cute friends.
Yeah, and they were together. They were kind of giving me "I'm trying to be Serena and Cordell" vibes.
in a way.
Yeah, and
like it was safe in that way. Yeah.
Although they had chemistry together, they still had more affectionate moments here and there. They seemed to be into each other, but in this case, not so much. I'm sorry, Kimberly, if I cut you off.
Oh, no, you're good. I was gonna say the same thing. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm just not getting like that like butterfly feeling when I see them together. Like when we watched the other Islanders last year, didn't you guys like feel it? Like they actually liked each other. The chemistry was off the charts.
Yeah,
it was great. And I think I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I think what it is, I think this cast, I think they're trying to embody and they're trying to recreate what happened and that chemistry and dynamic that happened last season, but it just can't be recreated. And I think they need to just accept that. It's
stop trying to make fetch happen. It's never gonna happen.
no.
And they picked a lot of influencers as well compared to previous seasons too.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because Ace is an influencer.
Right, because
there's definitely a good amount of them. They had a decent following or were semi-influencers. So
before going on versus last year, they didn't, which is a different type of person. It is a different type of person. So that's very, very interesting. I didn't. Or
some that have been on TV shows before, like Taylor. He was in a CMT TV show before. It never aired, but
yeah, no, but at least they were like
some experience
before. Yeah, exactly. No, that does change it up. When you have like regular schmegulars like us, like we wouldn't know what to do. Like, what do we do?
It wasn't Alondria that was in it. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. I think Alondria was in a Tyga video. Was it a Tyga video? Some rapper's video she was in. I think it was Tyga.
Maybe, and Shelly did a Skims campaign too.
Yeah, that's how.
Yeah, they're in it. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
Alondria being in a music video. She's in my dreams, for God's sake. So I could totally see her being in a music video for sure. But like,
and I think they consider Huda to be an influencer as well. I think she had a pretty decent following, maybe more TikTok, so on TikTok and everything.
Yeah.
So that is different. I mean, when you're an influencer, you're already in the spotlight. You're already on camera. You're media trained in a way, right? Versus regular people that like don't know that stuff. You're gonna get a different connection. You're gonna see different relationships form.
1000%.
A lot of, and I don't say this in any like mean or negative way, but a lot of like influencers, there's a lot of like superficialness because you're just going to events, saying hi, bye, and then leaving, and not really making full connections. So maybe that's what's transferring, and that's what we're seeing. It's manifesting in that way because it is superficial. I'm not sure,
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because by the time you reach Casa Amor period, there should be. Not everyone needs to be in deep connections, but there should be more deeper connections, more people that you are invested in. The fact that fucking everybody almost was completely open except for Sierra. I feel like Sierra more so than not, like, but she's just like, I'm still gonna go with it. It's just baffling that it's not normally like that. No. So it's a weird transition to go into Casa Amor, and I think that's the reason why they're switching it up so much with Casa Amor to make them uncomfortable because they've either been playing a game or trying to play it safe.
1,000%. I know when they went to Casa, I was like, half of them are single. Like the other half that are in relationships, couples, are not even deep in.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna have a girl. Like, there's no loyalty. They're not deep enough to be loyal, at least from what we're seeing.
Right.
And then, the whole Casa Amor thing, I did find that to be super interesting that they switched it up like that. I was not expecting that. Were you guys?
Well, I know that they do that from time to time. I would say like every third or fourth season. Maybe they do that. I think they've done it at least once or twice before in the US version. Maybe not since they moved to Peacock per se, but some of the other countries do that too.
Where I'm not talking about the girls going. I mean like how they do voting. I'm talking about how they did like, oh, if you want to be like, Nick is vulnerable. If you want to.
Oh, yes. No.
That was nuts. I was not expecting that. I was like, what? Now it's literally out of our hands and out of their hands too.
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, that was wild.
They're trying to make them uncomfortable and push them to make actual connections because they haven't been doing that. And if they don't get it together, how is the rest of the season
going
to be? I mean, mind you, the numbers are through the roof. So that is fantastic. But you want that engagement to not only be deeper on the show, but deeper with the audience. And that would probably get rid of some of the hate that's out there too.
1,000%.
Unfortunately.
What about, I have my notes because I'm really bad with names. Did you guys think that Jaden was going to stand up though for Nick when Nick was single and vulnerable? Because I did.
Yeah, compared to, right, she stood up for Ace?
She's with Austin.
Oh, she's with Austin. Okay.
That bugged me because they purposely put in moments where they were connecting. They were vibing.
Yeah, I do think they had a better connection, but I feel like probably back in the head, she knew out of all of the guys, Nick is really the most coupled up.
True.
Yeah. And it's not a good card to play.
That's true.
And she could be a complete goofy dork in front of Austin. Like their vibes are at the same exact. They're the same exact wavelength.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true.
They do vibe really well. I did think she was going to stand up though for Nick. I did. I thought that Austin was going to go home last night. I was bugging out. I had no idea what to expect. My heart rate was through the roof. I was like, why do I feel like I'm doing a sport right now? Like, this is crazy.
You need a little blood pressure monitor to experiment.
That's actually not a bad idea. We should do that to see, like, while watching, like, the differentials of the heart rates and stuff.
Amazon cart later on.
Yeah.
For real. For real. But speaking of Austin, how do you feel about how he is treating Amaya Papaya?
I love Amaya Papaya. Also, I'm New York, so, like,
I know she's a sweetheart.
New York to me, and I think that the West Coasters are not really vibing with her because they're not maybe used to New York people. But she reminds me of Cardi B. Like that's literally who she reminds me of. Like the little things that she says, like "I know I'm pretty, I know I'm funny." Like Cardi B says stuff like that. Literally,
yeah, she does.
So, I'm just like, if you know New York culture like that, she's just a New Yorker. But she totally wears her heart on her sleeve.
Yes,
I'm like, she is the moment. No, she really is though. Like she's so fun.
I love her.
I don't know why he's playing with her, but I don't think he's okay. Here's the thing. I don't think he's serious because Monday night, the night after he was saved, the first thing out of his mouth was, "Oh, I'm so happy I was saved. That way I could like keep making memories with you guys." What?
Hell no. Go home. Go home. It's not Friendship Island.
Not like, "Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, cool. I got another shot at love, another shot at a connection." No.
And we get to make memories.
Like, sir. Go hang out with your friends on the beach somewhere then, if that's the case. Right? Like, we're actually watching. We want to see people together. Look at how successful last year was. They got another show now. I mean, that's what I think the fans wanted to see. Not necessarily a copy and paste, but we want to see people that want to find love and want to be together. That's
exactly. There's more hopeless romantics out there. Like people, like that's what I want to see. That it makes me because like I don't have my own love life, so let me go watch someone else's. Let me go root for somebody and pull for them. Like that's what I want to do.
Yeah, but no, last season did 3 of the strongest couples where they really look like they're all on the way to walking down the aisle. And go ahead, I'm done now.
No, literally though, yes. And like I was gonna say, I like seeing relationships evolve. I think that that's beautiful. I think that that's cool. Like, again, we're on a floating rock in space. It's cool to watch people connect like that. I like connecting with people. I like watching it happen. That's living to me. So when we're seeing it, and it's we're going to be on episode 21 tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there's zero-ish chemistry. Like, I'm giving like 10% chemistry.
I know.
It's for Sierra and Nick. Because and Ace and Shelly, they do have chemistry. But elsewise, like, it's just the chemistry's not there. It's just not. So
yeah, agreed.
I do think, by the way, that the way Shelly looks at Chris, is his name Chris or is she with JD? No. She's with Chris. Chris is the
I think it's
basketball
Chris.
player.
Yeah.
The way she looks at him, she likes him. And Ace is
Yes.
gonna bug out because it's big
Yes,
and little. Okay,
exactly.
we
I
got
can't
big and
wait to
little.
see his ego get deflated.
He's
Yeah,
going
it
to
needs
be
to.
so put in check. Okay.
Yes.
So put in check.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be a moment.
Can't
that will be a
wait
moment.
for that.
Now, here's the thing. I know that she really likes Ace though too.
Yes, she does.
I have no idea where she's gonna go. I have no idea. I really don't. Because I think that she isn't trying to play it safe. I think she's trying to follow her heart. So that's why I'm like, I don't know where because she's not the type, I don't think, that would just choose Ace because it's safe. I think she would choose him because she really likes him. But she's connecting with Chris, man. And I'm enjoying watching them connect. I'm like, okay, Shelly, you could be a wag. Wives and girlfriends.
Yeah.
Basketball players and stuff. I could totally see that.
Yeah, no, I really like them together. I see her sticking with him when she comes back to the house, and he is left by himself because he plays the field too much. Why would anyone pick him when he's constantly flip-flopping? So you don't know what you got until it's gone.
1,000%. Yes. But also it kind of shocked me because like when the girls came to the villa, he was the first one to be like, yeah, me and Shelly were pretty locked in. And I was like, I was not expecting him to say that. I wasn't expecting him really to bring her up. So she was.
But he also knows how to play the game, though. He also knows how to play I feel like he is. Last year, I think Janae was the one who studied the rule book the most, but she was still genuine about her actions. Ace checked out the rule book the most, and he does have genuine moments, especially with like some of the cute stuff that he does with Shelly, but his gameplay is just showing so much.
He
in my
is cute
opinion.
with her though too. He is.
Yes.
Like I can't deny that he's not cute with her. He does really like her. He is very, very cute with her, but I agree that, I do think he's a player. Look at how he acted when Andrina came in, okay?
Right.
The words coming out of his mouth, I was like, your girl is right there. You're saying it in front of her. Hello?
He's a player. He's a player. He's a player.
Yeah.
Yup. Speaking of players, Hannah's a little bit of a player.
Yeah.
Lots of tears as well. How did you feel at the end of, I think it was episode 18, where Jeremiah and Hannah got sent home?
Yeah, that was upsetting. I'm not going to lie. Like, I thought she handled herself really well. I'm an emotional girly. I always advocate. I have big feelings, big emotions. It's one of the pleasures of having wonderful ADHD. But that being said, I wouldn't have handled myself like that. I would have let them know, hey, I'm having big feelings. I don't want to hug you. I'm not comfortable to hug you right now. You have me questioning my self-worth. You have me questioning my experience here. You have me questioning a lot. I do eventually want to speak with you guys once this experience is over, but I do need some time. I do not understand your decision whatsoever. I still don't, like as M, I still don't. So I can only imagine how Hannah feels, because what was that? That didn't make sense. And listen, I like Iris. I like Amaya. I don't want them to go home, but I do think Hannah should have stayed over them. She was in a couple.
Yeah, I felt like they broke up two of the couples that could have actually been a thing.
Twice. We got Hannah and Pepe, and then we got Jeremiah and Andrina. So it's like, what y'all are playing some other game. A lot of people are saying like Ace should be on like Big Brother, and I've never watched that show.
No, the Traitors.
Or Traitors. Oh my god, that'd be
I could definitely see him on Traitors.
But I was gonna say, like, I haven't seen Big Brother. Why are people saying he should be on Big Brother? Like, what relation? If you guys do watch Big Brother,
I don't watch. I haven't watched.
I watch it
since like the first and second season, so it's been years.
Oh wow, it's been like 20 years probably at least, because that show's been on forever.
Was that long in seasons?
I just think Ace, he knows how to mold himself to each individual in the house. He knows how to have separate conversations without them interfering. He knows how to play the game and stir the pot here and there that's going to cause this reaction in 2 episodes from now. Like, he can think steps ahead. So that would be very helpful for Big Brother.
Okay, so that's why people are saying that. Only because
I think
a lot of people are saying he's like a production plant and he's producing the show on his own. And like, listen, he is.
I could see that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He is. He's for sure stirring the pot.
And sometimes I appreciate him because he is America's voice. Like, sometimes I think he is genuinely saying what we're all feeling, but then sometimes he's just being way too much about it.
Exactly.
Like, after Huda and Jeremiah broke up, he should have left whatever beef he had with Jeremiah. It's done. It's over with.
Yeah, move on. Yeah,
move on.
And that was like the other thing. Like, okay, here's what annoyed me. I really do feel, just because of what I saw with like Ace and Nick looking at Jeremiah, I don't think Taylor was like jealous or had any issue with Jeremiah being there. So I do believe, I don't know, like Ace led the conversation of, hey, I think that we should kick, Jeremiah to the curb. And it annoyed me that he wasn't the one who delivered the speech and Taylor was the one that delivered the speech. I was like, come on. Like,
yeah, good point.
I know Taylor did not.
Yeah, true.
I know he didn't. Like, or I know he didn't initiate that thought, So like, but also I don't know if production assigned, hey, Taylor, you're going to read this and so you'll read that. But I did want to ask you guys, did you see, or what did you guys think about the ending of last night's episode, and like, where are they going or what's happening? Do you have any ideas? Because I saw a TikTok and I wanted to share the info with you guys, but I wanted to ask you first.
I would say, and I just watched it right before we hopped on, the ending for the last episode where they're in Casa Amor and everyone, and when they're in Casa Amor, everyone is split up. You have new couplings and everything. And within 24 hours, there's going to be another recoupling, which is where the last episode ended yesterday. So it shockingly left Nick solo with no one, which meant he had 30 minutes to pack his stuff up and bounce. And then same thing with Alondria as well, which love that Amaya Papaya was upfront and honest with her about what went down with Zach with a K, who is friends with Miguel from Love Island. So they both, Alondria and Nick, were left at the end of it thinking that they were going to go off. And then as Nick is pulling out his suitcase, there comes Alondria on a G-Wagon saying, hurry up, get it. And then if you look back to what Ariana has been saying, like she flat out said, she said everyone will be back. Like she said that numerous times.
Yes.
And normally she would say you've been dumped from the island. She didn't say that either. Kimberly, any thoughts before she breaks it down?
I'm just curious as to what's going to happen. I'm just like perplexed.
Yeah, this is new.
And it's like what's happening next? And I'm seeing things on like TikTok and Instagram and like almost like subliminal messages of maybe of who might be coming in, and I don't know. I'm curious, but like I said, I'm still kind of new because I really got into Love Island last season because of Ariana Madix, duh, Queen Ariana. So and then I'm really into it this season, but now I'm just nervous. I'm like nervous and I can't wait for the next episode. I'm just like, what's going on? Like, tell me.
Okay,
what do you got, Queen?
Okay, so her name on TikTok is Kashi. I'm gonna just hold her. I DM'd her and told her I was gonna like shout her out. So I just want to like shout her out because it's her video.
Okay.
But this is her theory. So pretty much she said if you've watched other Love Island seasons, they're going to Hotel Amor. In Love Island Australia, they have a separate villa casa type of a thing.
Oh.
And she's pretty much saying, okay, so it says here, can I read it really, really quickly?
Of course, please.
On Love Island Australia, season 6, episode 18, which originally aired November 26th. I guess this is 2 years ago now, or a year ago. Contestants were sent to what was dubbed the world's first ever Hotel Amor, a play on the popular Casa Amor. In Casa, couples are separated and put to a test. In Hotel, fans vote to send 6 different pairs who don't necessarily have to be in a couple to 6 separate hotels to spend a private night together. So I just think it's a little odd that I could see this happening. I just find it a little odd that people are shipping Nicolandria, and those 2 happen to be the ones that were left. Of course, they're not getting rid. I have goosebumps, by the way.
Oh, me too. Like, seriously, my arms and my legs thinking when he like grabbed her and her ass and everything. It was like, oh, they looked so beautiful together in that moment too.
I know that was,
but like that was a connection there. I haven't seen that energy between her and Taylor. You know?
Oh yeah, no.
They do have they have chemistry and energy, and also in After Sun this past weekend, they showed like a little moment of the Islanders like just having fun together, making TikToks and stuff. They were flirting. Nick and Alandria were flirting, and they were very cute together.
Oh.
So I just find it to be very interesting how those 2 were the last ones left, and of course they're not going to get rid of them. They like Love Island knows we've been voting. You know what I mean? They know where we stand with certain Islanders. So I was like, oh my gosh, oh no, she's leaving. But like, I didn't really believe she was going to go home, but I didn't think Hotel Amor as any sort of a idea. So that's something different. I've never watched Love Island Australia or UK. So
it's so good.
I need to.
I would say when Love Island USA is done, and hello, Erin D. Thank you for joining us today. Love you, girl. I would say when this season is over, go back, watch some of the original UK seasons. They're crazy. I know, you left that comment. Unhinged. Like there's bump and grinding in the bed. Like there was no filter. You also have to watch the season with Davide and Ekansu as well. It is a fantastic
I've heard that
season. Ekansu was on. I forgot that's what she
was. Yeah. The seasons after Ekansu go downhill with UK, while US is rising up, while UK is going down, in my opinion. But the original seasons of UK is just, it's such a good binge.
So
but you always have to get through that first week, though.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Did the UK version come out before the USA one?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so there's more seasons of UK then?
Yes, a lot more seasons. I think they've been around for over a decade. No.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
Right. Oh, I didn't know.
Maybe like close to 15.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've been around for a while.
Only because I was really shocked. Obviously, you saw my video. I was very shocked that they kept that in with Hannah.
Yeah.
And Pepe. I was like, what? Okay. Like, I'm sorry, but like, Bravo definitely edits stuff out like that. I think stuff like that we're not really seeing. And when you were like, oh, girl, you got to watch the UK, I was like, what am I going to see? Is it like soft?
I mean, a little bit.
Me too.
Do you think there's any chance that you would bring Jeremiah back? Or you think that's done and over with?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if he would want to go back. I don't know if he's going to. I know he's like back home and he's watched. He just went on Vile Files and like talked about all of that.
Nick's getting all the interviews
out here. I think.
Yeah, Nick's getting everything.
He's getting that one. He's getting Mormon wives. He's getting a lot. But I mean, I didn't watch the interview. Did you guys see it?
I mean, I want to watch it, but I can't stand Nick though.
Okay, that's fair. That's valid. That's so fair. Usually, I don't appreciate what most men have to say, so that totally makes sense. But the reason I said it was because, like, was he in person or was he virtual? Because if he was virtual, maybe he'll join. But if he was in person, then that means he's back in LA.
I think he was.
It was virtual.
It was virtual.
So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if he would want to go back. I don't know. I would kind of be salty. I don't know if I would. Honestly,
I would to spite the guys. Spite the guys. Fuck you. You sent me away. Here I am. And now you're going to have to deal with me.
That's true. That could be like
I know what I know now. I'm not
Right?
playing around.
I think you should go
That's
back
what I
up in there and
wanna
just
know.
like eat, you know? Right.
But that's
You
what
know,
I want to know.
always.
Like, how is he going to be when he sees them? Like, I would be like, bro, I saw on the television your faces you were making at me. Like, that was, you said it wasn't personal. It was all personal. That decision was all
Mhm.
personal.
Oh, so good. Like, I appreciate all the drama, and I want to say kudos to Jeremiah and Huda, who have kind of carried the season on their backs
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
based off of what production has shown us. Man, it would have been a really crappy season without them.
Okay,
like.
we're on episode 21 tomorrow. Up until
Yeah.
about episode, what,
Mhm.
18? It's been the Huda Jeremiah show. Literally.
Yeah.
And
Right?
again,
Yeah,
that's
for
on
sure.
purpose because they're purposely not showing us stuff and purposely showing us stuff. I do wish that we got more of like, I don't know, they show clips in the after sun. And like, I wish that we got more of that. Like, they're just hanging out, having conversations, making TikToks
Right.
together. Like, I feel like I don't know these people. I feel like we really knew people last year. This year, I'm like, what do we know about these people other than Hood is a mom, Ace had a single mom, Nick's a model, Iris lives in Calabasas. Like, what do we know about these people?
You're right. That's basically like all we know. Now, do you think it's because of the fact that most of them are such personalities on social media that they just kind of like they're kind of leaving it up to the audience to go meet these people like on their own and research them? Do you think? And maybe last season they gave us more because these people were like unknowns.
That's a good point.
Yeah, damn.
I wonder.
And they were not used to the Bravo sleuths.
Wait,
investigating everyone.
Wait, no, literally,
it was never done before with Love Island. Like, they weren't used to that.
That is so funny. That's accurate. They're not. Bravo fans are different. We are. I know that.
They're free publicity for any show. Why do you think America Got Talent is making Tom Sandoval go so far? It is free publicity. How many accounts are talking about it? It's free advertisement. It's free hype with anybody related to Bravo.
1,000%. But yeah, no, we're sleuths, man. We will sleuth things.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. That is so funny. I also think Kim's point though too, because they weren't influencers, they had to give us info about them. If we want to get the info, we can just check their social and kind of deduce things maybe from what they share about themselves. That's a good point. That is a major difference that we have influencer islanders for sure. And I didn't really know that while watching it. Like hearing you say it, Danny, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess you're right. That does change my opinion now.
I wonder why they did that, though. I wonder if they did it so they can better deal with what happens after the island. I don't know. Like, I think there's pros and cons. Both areas. I'd be curious to know what they do next season.
I hope that they don't, and nothing against influencers. I want everybody to go get their bag, but I do think that there's a different type of person that isn't online all the time. That's just true. Their communication is going to be different. The way that they interact, they behave, it's just different. And I don't want to say more authentic, less authentic, just a different authenticity, I'll say.
Right.
And I think that that's what we felt last year with the island.
Right. Exactly. And I think they'll also be like less produced. I mean, it's like they're going in there blind, like they don't know what to expect or what to do. So I agree.
And I mean, I'm just so hung up on the fact that like I really didn't think about it. Like Ariana really pulled all the Bravo fans. So we really did kind of just all jump over, and like Love Island might be like, we are not used to this. So maybe there's just more of us this season too that are watching and are content about it, and there's a lot of differences this season. Overall, there's a lot of differences this season.
What did you feel about Ariana calling out TJ for the horrible way he was treating and critiquing all the girls for kissing him? Like, bitch, please, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, no.
He was like, go somewhere, ride out.
TJ is very icky to me. TJ gives off, and I've I said it last night on my live, and I will say it with my full chest. He gives off like stinks of white male privilege. Nobody's ever put him in his place. He's just walked through life. Things have been handed to him. He doesn't. That's what he gives off to me. And the reason I say that is the way in which he moves, the way that he talks with people, with women specifically. He acts as if he's like the next best thing to sliced bread, and that's not the case. It's just not the case. So if anyone's going to put a man in his place, Ariana's the girl to do it, 1,000%. But also, she was valid. Like, TJ, it's a kissing game. You're on a TV show. It's not that serious, bro. It's really not that serious. Like, I thought he was being rude.
Yeah, he's acting like he was in Top Chef for kissing.
Correct. That's what I mean. Like,
with how he needs a critique
on a dating show.
This must have I must have blanked out during all this stuff, because it's like I'm oh my god. Okay, slow down, Kim. Sorry, I think it's a CBD.
Yeah, it is. It's for sure.
Thank God you weren't cutting your hair while drinking the CBD.
Girl, I know. Imagine if I was cutting my hair when I had this.
Kim, do not cut your hair.
I wouldn't have any hair left.
Do not cut your
ever
hair.
Again.
Just any THC, CBD, Delta 8, none of that.
Oh my god, it would be me. It would be me. But yeah, it's like I totally missed what was going on, all this controversy with him, and I got to do my.
That's okay. He's forgettable. He's forgettable. Not to be mean, but
very, like,
that's probably
it
why
was
I wasn't.
Like, you really had to pay attention to it. I feel like, kind of, in a way. Like, yeah, they kept it in for sure, but like, I'm just tuning into certain behaviors. Like, if they're acting better than thou, I'm tuning in on that. I want to see how they act. If I feel like somebody's acting better than thou in one moment, I'm watching to see, do they act like that again? Was that just maybe that one moment? Is it consistent, the behavior, or was it just maybe an awkward moment, right? Ariana, I think, literally was fed up, and she was like, bro, it's not that deep. You're on a fun dating game show thing. Lighten up. And also, you are being disrespectful. Here's the thing. He wants to label it as, I'm being honest. Yeah, you're being a dick. There's ways to say things and communicate and get your feelings across without being curt or brash. And he didn't need to make that comment when he said, much better than the other kiss I had before. Like, that's unnecessary. You're a dick. Period. And I just don't have, like, oh, guys, when I think about TJ, like, that's literally what happens to my body. I, like, cringe curl. Ooh. I would never want to be in his presence ever. He just gives me
I agree.
ick vibes. And
alone at a party with him either, just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just imagine, like, okay, and also on top of that, you just berated the girls' kisses. You think that they're going to go up to you and be like, oh my God, we want to keep you. TJ, please stay.
I know. How is he safe? How is he safe? Really I would have thought he'd be the one going home. I'm shocked.
Yeah. Oh my. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch some of this. Ooh, hello.
Can you please go back and rewatch? And like, when they're doing the kissing challenge, whenever Ariana's talking to TJ, pause, and you can see the disdain. She does not like him. It is very clear.
She gives the best facial expression.
She was like,
I definitely have to go back and watch
this guy. She literally said, what's with this guy? What the fuck? Like, straight out called him out. Yeah, I don't know. We have, my friend like coined this, and I just have copied it, and it's, why do we say oh man when we're disappointed? And it's because men are just disappointing. We don't say oh woman. We say oh man when we're disappointed. Men suck, and TJ fits that for me.
Yeah.
But again, I will say, I don't like him. He gives me the ick, but I don't have hate for him. I don't.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise, I don't wish anything bad for him.
Nope, I don't
either. Besides getting off the show,
but I'm passionate about how I feel towards him. But I don't have any hate towards him. I'm just like, no, you and I don't align. If we were at a party and you came up to me, I would pretend I had like a phone call or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to talk with you. And that doesn't mean I hate the person. I just think that him and I have very, very different perspectives about a bunch of stuff in life.
Yeah.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
agree, Aaron, that some girls like being with men that still treat them crappy. But speaking of which, what do you guys think about the new bombshell men?
I like them. And one of them, one of them is a basketball player, right?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah, he's my favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, she knows me. My girl, she knows my type. What?
Yeah, I said Kim wants to climb him like a tree.
I'm not doing myself
Yep.
any favors. I'm just like,
it's just like so funny to me because when I was streaming the episode when they came in, all the Casa guys, everyone was like, "Oh my god, so big and tall, so tall, like 6'5". Oh my goodness." Yeah.
Look at how Aaron said that. You're right. We all.
I'm clocking in, baby. No, but it's just so funny because I guess like I didn't realize.
I got excited.
Me too. Yeah. No, he's handsome. Chris is handsome.
He is.
And I like that.
He is.
I like how he's going. I like how he's acted so far. He hasn't done anything where I'm like, I really did like. Who is the guy that Huda's with?
I can't think of his name right now. Is it Brian?
Brian. You're right. It's Brian. I thought that was so nice that Brian made Amaya breakfast. That tells me that he has compassion. I like how he welcomed and encouraged that conversation on the couch when Amaya was initiating with him. And she's like, listen, I'm just really authentic. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And she started to tear up. And she's like, look, I'm even getting emotional now. And he didn't run away. He welcomed it. He placed his hand on her, comforted her. I was like, I like you. I like how you're handling yourself. And I love the panning to Huda when she's just like checking to see what's going on. But I like a person that's thoughtful like that. So I like Brian. I do. He's grown on me very quickly just based on what he's done.
Agreed. I would say at first I was like disappointed in them look-wise. Not to be mean. Again, they're all great guys. But I think they have better personalities than some of the original guys. And they seem more sincere and emotionally secure as well, which is what these women need compared to the boys that they've been dealing with. So I think while we wish that maybe they were supermodels, how you going to get a supermodel and a guy who is emotionally invested? You all can't get a Miguel. We all can't be Leo from last season.
Alondria too. Alondria is the full package. That woman.
Yes,
she is. I'm like so impressed by Alondria. Like I have thought, like even if I was single, I would be like, you're out of my league. Like you're just a different. You're a different like type of person. You really, really are. So I hear you, and like I don't like to necessarily comment on like looks and stuff, but I do feel like the girls are a different level than the guys for sure. That the new bombshells that have walked in for the guys with our like original Islanders, I do think that our original girl Islanders are super, super beautiful. And the guys,
I agree.
Like looks wise, maybe they're not on their level, but I agree with you, Danny, that they're on their level in the ways that really matter, which is like emotionally in tune. They're kind, they're compassionate. They're really there to find love, maybe, and not friendship, and make more memes with the guys, you know?
Yeah, and I don't think they'll be afraid to challenge the guys, too, when everyone's reunited as well.
I'm bugging. I am going to die when he sees Shelly walk in, okay? She's going to die. Like, he's going to die. And I'm sad. I'm right here. I will be here. I can't wait.
I wonder how long they're going to be at Casa for. But real quick, Aaron is asking, who would we all like to know more about?
Honestly,
I think I would like to learn more about Huda's connection and Zach as well, which was Miguel's friend. I think those are the two I'm the most interested about right now. How about you guys?
I'm actually curious to know more about Pepe.
Yeah. Yes. Like Pepe was barely featured in the last episode. So yes, I would also like.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, what do we know about Pepe?
Not a whole lot. Wasn't he also a professional athlete at some point?
I think so.
I think he was. I think.
Wait.
But I can't remember for what, and I don't have
basketball
access to
player.
all of my notes because they're on my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah, let me look. I think it was.
Wait, no, I'm not kidding. I really don't know anything
Yeah,
about
let me.
Pepe.
I'm checking right now. Let me look on Instagram. Let's see here. Let's see, Pepe. Where are you? Let's see here. Okay, and yeah, okay, yep. He's a retired pro basketball player. I think he played overseas.
Wow, I did not know that. I did.
Yeah.
But do you see what I mean? Erin, this is why I want more like not behind the scenes, but I want to see them like kikiing and just playing
Right.
ping pong and
Mhm.
chatting, because that's when like through small talk you can learn about people.
Right.
You know? And like that's what I would like to see more of. So genuinely I want to know more about all of them, truly.
And that's also
Who do you
those
wanna
are
know?
some of the aspects we love the most about Real Housewives as well,
Yes.
when they're just
Mhm.
sitting on the couch
Yep.
talking and just having a natural
You're right.
conversation instead of something that's
Mhm.
forced.
Yep. Or like Lamb's
'Cause
there
it's like
and they're just talking with their family or their friend who's there with them, and it's just
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's really not candid. Like it's just I feel like we're just seeing challenges. We're seeing them be given breakfast and a conversation here or there, and then a recoupling or another challenge. We're not getting that small talk. We're not getting that intimacy that we did.
Are they not having it though?
I don't know. I would imagine that they are having it. Okay, the After Sun episode
Mhm.
that we watched Saturday, there's chemistry there. There is chemistry because in that little tiny minute and a half clip, they're like all laughing. They're all trying to do that like heel click thing together. Nick told Alondria she looked really good.
Mhm.
That was the lit. I was like, oh.
I need to watch that one. I didn't watch it.
So I do think that there is chemistry. I just don't think and vibes too. Like I just don't think we're seeing it. And I don't know why they wouldn't want us to see that either. Because I think if we saw that, it would totally change our voting. And maybe that's why they wanted to push that like Huda Jeremiah narrative with like, let's get them on this track. That way we can then totally just confuse the fuck out of them.
That'd be wild if it went that route with Nick and Alondria.
I would love that though, low key. Not gonna lie. I would love that. And then they would make beautiful babies.
They would make beautiful babies, although I do like Sierra with him as well, but she's gonna have lots of options. And you know, one of her besties used to be on the show too, like 2 seasons ago.
I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, and her bestie has been in a long relationship with a former UK Love Islander.
Oh,
as well. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like in the circle a little bit. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Which I'd rather be okay with that than them picking somebody that's an influencer that has certain intentions.
1,000% agree.
You know,
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
A friend of than an influencer, yeah. For sure.
So do you think any of the current pairings are going to make it?
I don't think so.
I think so. I really do. Kim, what do you think? Yeah, Kim, tell us, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't think any of them. I really don't think any of them are gonna make it. I don't know if maybe it's like I'm just thinking too much of last season and I've got just that visual in my head. But I just don't. Nothing's like gelling to me. That, and I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe something will change in a few days for me. Next week, who knows? But I don't think so.
The only people right now, genuinely, that I could see, and I think it's just because, like, I really just want. I don't know. I could see Shelly and Chris. I could.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could. They had an intimate conversation. Like, oh, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to cook. Oh, I love that. Okay. How are you with like being in long distance? And, you know, I'm a basketball player and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I think those are the only ones I see working out. Maybe Zach and Amaya, potentially. I don't know enough about
I
him.
don't know why.
Right.
Yes.
Which
I
is
feel
true.
like Zach is going to switch to Huda. I don't know why.
Do you think
don't know
so?
why. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
I don't know why.
That would be.
There is just something like maybe in 2 different scenes you can like catch him looking at her, and I just am looking into that maybe a little bit too much, but I just feel like there might be something there. And listen, she's gorgeous. Huda's beautiful. Huda's a beautiful woman.
She's really
like,
pretty.
I could understand
Yes, she is.
him looking at her, and maybe I'm just reading too into it, but I'm like, I don't know. I could see him, Zach with a K, being the one to switch up the most out of all of them. What about you?
Yeah.
Who do you think, like, from what we just saw, like, obviously the most recent episode, who do you think is going to, like, switch up the most and shock us? Because I think Zach, but Zach's kind of obvious, too, in a way.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he would switch up too much because his friend knows the game, too.
But that's the other thing. He knows the game. He knows how to
Yeah,
play. He has,
that's
like,
true.
insight. He's like an inside scoop.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Taylor is gonna get heartbroken by Clark, which might be some good karma for not being truthful with Alondria.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of duds now, like dud pairings. Like the puzzle pieces don't go together. They're not duds as individuals. They're duds as pairings.
Couples, yeah, no, 1,000%. And then like we have like a Hannah, like I don't want to say 2.0, but like we have like a Hannah
yes.
copy and paste. That was weird. I was like, okay, like
copy and paste, just a little bit of a different font. It was
right.
Yeah, is that your older sister or something?
No, literally.
It's crazy.
But also she should have just stayed. I'm definitely very hung up on Hannah leaving because I didn't think that was fair. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm still like bummed for her, but it is what it is. But yeah, Amaya Papaya.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to tell you guys, by the way, I saw another video. A girl literally like took Amaya's like, at least I'm pretty, at least I'm funny, and she wrote a beautiful song, and her voice is gorgeous, and she literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys. Very, very sweet.
Oh my God, yes, send it.
I just can't wait for her to come out and see all of the love that she has and how many people are doing that as a TikTok as well. Wild.
I
love her.
For Alondria, Shelly, and Amaya to see just how loved they are. They are so loved.
Yes.
They are.
Agreed. Well, I know Kimberly and ladies, we're reaching about the hour and a half mark, which is when we do normally wrap it up. But as we think ahead to week 4, what is each of your ladies' biggest hope for the week ahead?
I hope there's something electrifying that happens because I want to see some love, some real love, some magic happen. I want to get excited the way I would get excited when I would watch Bachelor in Paradise. So I want to see some like that. That's what I'm.
You get excited with Bachelor in Paradise, girl. You need a new TV show.
Whatever is
Wait, I've
the
never
past 2
seen
seasons,
that.
maybe not. But like before that, it's like I would get excited about some of these couples, and especially when they get married and everything, and actually pull it off. I'm hopeful. I'm thinking that we can. It's not too late. We still got some time. Who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true. I don't know, because anytime I like think I have an idea and I'm on to something, it's like, bloop, just kidding. Like it's
fooled you.
Like you go to drink water, but it's seltzer, and the bubbles hit you, and you're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I really, really don't know. I do think maybe one other twist might be that they do bring back an Islander. I could see that. I know a lot of people want Bella to come back, so maybe that would happen.
That'd be so awkward at this point, though, I feel like.
It would be awkward, but they're doing weird stuff now. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
Weird stuff. So, and we can't call their plays. We don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't even know if they know what they're doing. Truly. I feel like they're kind of Erin, I'm so glad that you were able to join. It's nice to meet you.
I know. This has been so much fun. This has been so much fun. It's been a vibe. Yeah. Oh, this is so great. Yay. And I can't. Do you have any music coming out anytime soon? Y'all, in case, hold on. I got her song here.
And follow her on TikTok, all the social media. She is fiery. She has a lot of good, but kind takes. Is she's not trying to be hateful, as she said. Everybody's
Definitely
people,
not.
but you can still critique people's behavior.
Yes.
So.
And just, we don't have to be sending hate messages to Islanders, to
it's not that serious.
Friends. That's weird. I'm judging you if you do that. That's really, really weird. It's unnecessary.
Agreed.
And at that point, I'm like, all right, come on. But
yeah,
I really am super passionate. I love to connect with people, and I would totally welcome if any Islanders saw one of my videos and they wanted to chat with me about what I said. I welcome that. I'm really, really open to difference of opinions. So I love
that.
Oh, for sure. Awesome. Oh my God. Well, thank y'all so much. This is so great. The best night ever. I'm ready for some more Love Island. But before that, I'm going to wrap it up for the night. But again, I'm going to go ahead, drop in y'all's links, all the information so people can follow. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. And join us next Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central. And we will be back. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.
Awesome. Take care, everyone.
Thank you guys. This was so fun.
Oh, so much fun. I agree. Thank you for joining us very much.
I'll talk to you guys in
Bye.
Bye, Erin.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Kim.
Yeah.